G'day and welcome back for more Survival Impossible. Overnight I have made 2 more bridge segments, although I might have kind of overbuilt there. I think I might only need 1, but I guess making 2 makes some sense because then I've definitely got some extra. What I'm thinking of doing to one of those segments is changing it just a little bit. Just in case I need to, well, actually, to make the building of the last bit of the bridge, the bit that's actually going to go into the voxel, easier, what I'm thinking of doing is modifying one of these segments so that it has a projector on it. Then I can use that projector to project this bridge blueprint and just weld it as I go. I did have another thought, which kind of seems a little redundant in some ways, but which I may still do, which is to perhaps build a little cargo module that the panini could carry up there so that I can then finish the rest of the bridge using the platform, rather than having to tow something the whole way up there. But that seems a little redundant because the whole idea of the road was so that I didn't have to take the panini, but the whole reason I used the panini for the bridges because they were too big. So I'm torn. I'm torn on that one. See how I feel about it after I get the bridge deck built. There we go, projector. Probably turn off the other one, actually. Anything else I can think of to put on there? Don't think so. We've got our weld pad. I will leave this weld pad on here for now, but I may regret that because that may block me from placing the next block down once I'm projecting onto this. Well, we shall see. Hopefully it's getting close to light up there now because I'm going to have to fly back up there with the panini soon. Otherwise, I'm just going to be standing around here twiddling my thumbs. Oh, actually, no. I do have something to do just to give myself a better chance of it being daylight. I need to replace the lobster's claw. Let's head up the hill and park this thing so that it can get recharged. And I am going to replace this. A lot of people wanted me to replace it in a totally different color, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to do something to make it look like, make it obvious that I did have to replace part of this though. And I think I can achieve that without making it look really, really wonky by just using clean armor. If I use the clean armor skin when this whole thing is so rusty, it should still stick out enough to make it apparent that yes, I destroyed that bit. Yes, I had to replace it. Yes, Splitsy is a dope and drove too fast down the hill. Well, let's have a look at this, see if this does stand out enough. I think it's going to be pretty obvious. Yeah. It's obviously more subtle than if I did it in red or some other color, but I think it still works. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to have it as a slightly different color. Or slightly different finish. Oh, dang it. Not happy with it. It looks weird having it all in bright, so here we go. The lobster's getting a red claw. I changed my mind. We've got a red claw on the lobster. That's what it's going to have for now. Let's lock back down. Set you to recharge. And where is my absconder? Zoom zoom. Whee. Definitely going to have to do a time trial with this up the road. In creative, not in the real thing, because I don't want to crash it and kill myself. But definitely going to do something like that to mess around with this thing. So I reckon this could get up that hill pretty quickly. Maybe. I'm not sure whether the 2 large wheels will make it easier for it to get over the bumpy bits or harder. Kind of cool being able to see Steve's hole in the wall from so far away. Oh, I hope there's at least some light here. Don't fancy trying to do this weld in the dark. Oh, looks like I got here just a few minutes too early. Not sure how quickly that sun's going to catch up with what I'm doing. I'm so excited for getting this bridge finished because then it's just a clean run all the way to the magnesium, and then I can help those people who are concerned that there's not going to be any magnesium there relax, because I'm pretty confident there's a decent amount of magnesium there. I don't think I made the deposits of stuff underground small. But I guess we will find out. But I'm pretty sure we've got plenty of magnesium under there for my needs. Oh, the back end of the panini doesn't scrape against the mountainside when I put the last segment in. This is also as difficult in the dark as I was anticipating. My tail was real close to the wall then. What I have to be really careful about here is if I hit those weld pads hard enough to damage them, I have to fly all the way back with this piece and then come back up here with this platform, repair the weld pad. Stop scraping. There we go. It's welded. Yes. Okay, let's grab these spotlights and see how close I am to the other side. And whether I think another bridge segment will fit. Oh. Oh. Just be careful not to tilt myself. Using the panini as a bit of a gauge on length. Yeah, I think a whole extra section will fit here. Or will be very, very close. Alright, let's go grab the other piece that I made and see if it does fit. If it doesn't fit, then I have to take it all the way back, which is going to be annoying, but I don't think there's a way for me to modify it while I'm in flight without great risk of harm to myself. I'm going to need to make sure that I pick this up pretty close to the front, just so that my tail doesn't smack into the mountain. I wonder if I'll have to bring this back and modify it so that I've got a higher grab point. I am absolutely loving building this blade, by the way. I would love to try and think up some other modular building ideas like this, because it's just such a different way of doing things. It almost feels like it both requires more and less effort than building it manually, or building it all in situ. But the effort that is increased by building this way is actually quite fun. Thankfully we've got daylight now, because I'm going to need it to figure out if this is going to even fit. Really close to the mountain there. Come on, you can fit. Yeah, this almost fits perfectly. That's awesome. I'm so happy about that. Yes, we're locked. Look at that. I should be able to project straight off that, and the next piece will go straight into voxel. I'm gonna need to continue the bridge for potentially effectively 2 more segments until we're entirely in the stone, but that's perfect. I'm so happy with that. Yes. Alright. Now, the next thing to think about is, can I use this method to build the pylons? Because if I can, I probably should. What I was thinking about was, I've got all of these decorative bits on the outside of the pre-built bridge segments. So I was thinking I would build the pylons at the first point where I don't have those. So back on the hand-placed part, which will also make them so that they don't go down below the bridge too far, which should make it a bit easier to build. And then, near the top of the pylon, I was going to build a hinge and, well, possibly attempt to build a pair of hinges, one above the other, and then have 2 cables going down on each side of the bridge, joining onto somewhere in the middle. I have considered whether I'd be best off just building a single pillar and having it all suspended off that, having it as a one-sided bridge. And I'd kind of like that idea, because building the second side once you've already built the first, it's not that exciting. Whereas building the first side, that'll be fun. But if I am just going to do it one-sided, I probably want to put it out a little bit further. So I'm going to have to come back up here with this platform soon, so that I can start that thing, and then I can design the bits to go above the anchor point. Oh, actually, we go a bit closer. Maybe what I could do, because this might give me a bit more room for putting the hinges and kind of hiding them a little bit. If I build like a box attached either to where those 2 plates are, set 5 blocks apart, where those 2 plates are, that's the better way of doing it, and then have 2 pillars going up, have some joining in between them. Because of the 5 blocks, I should be able to do some nice cross beams. That could work. Or, instead of going out to that one, which has got a long way down until you hit the ground, maybe just go this one and then a few blocks in from it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I haven't figured out how to do the top of these things yet, though. That I'm a little uncertain on. So it's going to be an interesting exercise to try and make it work. But we have our 2 bridge pieces in. So I think we need a way to get a whole bunch of construction material up to the bridge to finish it off that isn't the rock lobster. So it's time to build another truck. I've been thinking about this a bit and what sort of truck would be able to carry a good load of material up to the bridge and from the mine, while also being able to drive on these roads perhaps a little bit more easily than the rock lobster. So even though it's going to upset a few people who get annoyed with me and my rather frequent decision to go for a narrower wheelbase than might be optimal, I'm going to go for a narrow wheelbase on this thing so that it can fit on the road a bit better. And if I thought it would work, I would try and make it into a road train, so have 3 separate pieces. Actually, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to make it into 3 separate pieces, but I'm not going to build the rest of it. I'm just going to make the bases of a truck and 2 trailers and see if I can drive up that hill. Yeah. I'm so nervous about this. This should be some fun. Let's grab some food and some oxygen bottles before I go driving off in something that might, well, mean I'm walking home. Pressurize, open the gate. Turn off whip subgrid wheel control script for the moment. That's kind of working. Sort of. Maybe. Okay, subgrid wheel control script on. Oh, it's a bit jerky. Let's see if I can get all the way up to the end of the bridge. That's the real test. Can this drive in the tunnel with all these trailers? And what am I going to need to change with the way the wheels steer to make that work and not be as janky as it currently is right now? I wonder if what I need to do is actually turn steering off on nearly everything and just have enough friction that they can slide a bit. Oh boy. This is not working. Yeah, alright. That's not working. Let's try turning steering off on these middle ones. Instead of having every kind of second wheel on steering, maybe I'll just have the front pairs and the rear pairs on steering. Crab walking a bit. I've built this totally differently to how the big B doubles that I've seen driving around are built. The way they work is the semi-trailer style front, a small trailer, and then a larger one, or at least the ones that I see around here. The road trains, I've not really seen one of them recently enough to think about how they're arranged. And I bet they've got some very clever mechanisms for making them work that I'm not sure I could build in the scale I need here. So I'm hoping I can make this system at least work enough to drive to the magnesium mine and back. It is sort of working without the subgrid control script on. Let's turn it on again and see how things feel. See if I'm getting a handle on it. Ooh. I'll be a resounding no right now. I also wonder if this would be easier if it was heavier. Which makes me glad I added the batteries, because at least they're providing some manner of weight for this thing. But I'm just kind of snaking back and forth. Not really in control of this vehicle. It's going to be interesting once I get to the tunnel. Why have you done this, Splitsy? Why? Whoa! Too much. I've travelled like a drunken person, but I've gotten here. This isn't too bad once I get in the tunnel. It seems to be following the path that's set by the lead part pretty well. which is the important thing, that it's not kind of cutting corners with the rear trailers, because then I'll be prone to falling off if I cut a corner a little too tight. This is working all right. I'm okay with this. It's taking a lot of concentration to drive accurately, but it's working. I'm pleased that I've gotten this to a point where I can drive it, but I would be very interested in anyone's thoughts on how I might go about improving this driving setup so that it works a bit better. I think one of the things I should do is label all the wheels so that I know which ones are, so that what I can do is if I hop in this cockpit, all of the wheels in the back 6 axles have slightly less power than the one at the front, and if I go to the opposite cockpit I can do the same there, because I think that'll make driving a little bit easier. I'll be a little less prone to be pushed off my heading, which I think is what's happening. I think the rear trailers are pushing me off. Oop. And causing me to snake all over the place. Huh. I wonder if this would be any more difficult to drive if I added another trailer to it. Or if I kind of reached maximum difficulty anyway, so I could add an extra trailer just for the sake of more cargo. Or having a platform carrier in the middle. There is the end of the bridge. With the ground so close, yet so far. Alright, let's drive back. I can make it here. Oh, jeez. I'm not enjoying this on the bridge. Added friction of this surface is not great for this wheel setup. Come on, crab walk your way back. Don't run into the railings. Oh man. Okay, I'm not not so happy with this right now. This is worse than driving it from the other end, which makes no sense. Also, vent. Oh no, that's bad. That's real bad. I'm stuck. Oh. Not happy, not happy, not happy, not happy! I wonder if my hitch design doesn't like being driven from this end as much. So I reckon the hitch design could well be part of my problem here. And that I might have been better off building something with a gooseneck. Alright, let's drop power on these back wheels down to 24%. Let's see if this handles any better. Not noticeably, no. It's got to be my hitch design. My hitch design's the problem. Kind of surprised that I haven't hit a tree yet. I've been trying my hardest to avoid them, but this thing's got a mind of its own. Okay, almost back. Oh, you're kidding. I can't believe that happened. I was literally just about to say, oh, I'm back in the... I don't even have the words. I was about to say, oh, I'm finally back in the garage. This nightmare is over. And then my cockpit explodes. Oh, wow. I did know that that was potentially going to be an issue, putting the cockpit in that position. Right, so the idea I have is to remove these hitches, remove this battery, and I'm going to put the hitch actually up around where this battery is. So it's a kind of overlying the middle of this truck. And then have a nice long neck that comes out to this trailer, and then do the inverse down this end. So again, getting rid of this battery and having the hitch sit over the middle of this truck. And see if that fails. If that's better, but still kind of disastrous, I think what I'm going to have to do is make it so that this can only drive in one direction. Which will make turning around at the other end quite challenging. Okay, we have a completely different hitch setup. Let's see if this works. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. This is just as bad, if not worse. I've now arched this thing in the middle. Oh! No! I give up. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, epic fail. I've made it so much worse. Alright, Those of you who know what to do with these things, let me know. And I will come back to this probably next week and I will use your ideas and see if we can actually get this thing to work. Because clearly I'm misunderstanding some core principle here and I would like to not be misunderstanding that core principle. I'm doing something wrong and I can't imagine what it is right now. The weight distribution's kind of all wrong, but that's always going to be an issue because I'm going to need this thing to be able to be driven both loaded and unloaded. And in the unloaded state, like it is now, there's not a lot I can do to mess with the weight distribution other than moving blocks like the cockpits. I think these hitch mechanisms would actually work better if I flipped the two hinges around. So the left-right was over the center of the truck and the up-down was further along the beam because it doesn't really have as much of an impact. And then the twist can be wherever. But I think the left-right hinge should have been in the middle as the first one placed. That might well make a difference. Given the epic failure that is this worm vehicle over there that doesn't actually even drive anymore, I think I need to make greater use of the panini for getting the rest of the bridge done. So I've come up with an idea of how I can build the pylons using the blueprint that I've already got of the bridge deck as a bit of a guide and laying the thing out horizontally and then lifting it up into position before the panini carries it. So the panini will carry it in a vertical position since there's no way I'll be able to flip it once I get there. So my idea is to turn on this projector, flip this thing 90 degrees, and then build off that as my guide. Hopefully I'll be able to get this into a position where it should work with that idea. Nope, that is the wrong way. There we are. Is that the right? Yes. So I just need to bring it back a bit. Somewhere around there. I'll position it properly in a moment. It's going to be slightly off from where I want it to be because what I need to do in order to get what I'm building to... Ooh, actually, no, I don't have to build it on a hinge, but I was going to build it on a hinge. I could build the hinge afterwards, but I think it makes more sense to just build it on the hinge. So if I put a hinge down here against the end and have it that way, build off that, I can then, before picking it up with the panini, angle the whole thing up to perfectly vertical, grab it on top, and we're good to go. And using this as my guide, I can have an idea of scale and getting things right, getting things positioned so that I should be able to just lock it into place. What I'm going to have to do, I think, is go up to the bridge with this platform and get rid of those light, the corner lights, get rid of the corner, the little rail, and add a beam out there so that I've got a nice surface above the height of these rails to merge or weld pad down onto. But that shouldn't be too hard to do with this platform. The biggest challenge for me here is making sure I've got enough room. But I kind of like the idea of building down at this level and building something that's going to be vertical, but building it along the ground because it's going to be easier for me to scaffold up to it. The challenge, though, is going to be orientating myself correctly and actually building the right thing in the right spot. So I'm thinking that what I'll do is I'll start with my beam block. Maybe start this way around so we can see the support structure inside it. There'll be one there, and then there'll be another one 3 blocks away from it. I don't want these towers to be too fat, but I do think that having a little bit of breadth to them will be helpful in trying to figure out how I'm going to get a decent looking cable attached to it. Oh, oh no. Reaver Tormentor. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, this is bad. This is real bad. Wait, where is the tormentor? Is it coming here? Yes, it's coming here. Okay. Get up to the main base. Let's roll, let's roll, let's roll! It's 1k away. Gunfire. Holy That thing's huge! Oh my gosh, where did that just land? Oh, what? What? Is it landed or is it just crashing on top of my... Oh no. Is my arboretum gone? What is going on? Do I have a gun? I have a gun, right? Yeah, I do. There it is. No! Oh! Oh! Oh, you jerk. It's even taking down trees as it runs away. I think I'm shooting... Oh, my guns are shooting it. Let's turn off my... Oh, I can't turn off my guns. I can't risk turning off the guns. No. It's completely obliterated my arboretum. It even took out one of the trees. Oh, now this is personal. That's not okay. I'm not okay with that. Why does... Is that a wheel? Oh, that is a wheel block. That's why it's got it. Okay, that's really creepy. There's the body of an engineer here. Okay, I gotta turn off the guns. This is getting silly. What if they're only 500 meters? Will they still start shooting? Yes. Gun is shooting. Oh, right. I must get oxygen bottles before I go down there. Oh, I am not happy. I'm so not happy. Oh, hold up. I probably shouldn't be going in on foot. I believe I've got canaries for this purpose. Or at least I've got a canary. This is a giant hole in front of my base. Grr. Where's the absconder? Where did I park it? I can't even remember where I got out now. There it is. Let's get down there and get one of these canaries. Scout out that wreck, take out the last guns there, and then... Let's see if I can... Just grind it down into Manny. I've got to clean it up so that I can turn my guns back on. And I think this might slightly force some expedition? Expediting? Kind of feels like expedition could be the word there. Of my magnesium mine and getting a whole lot of guns. Lock dampers on. Camera. Let's roll. Oh yeah. Let's see what we've got to face against here. Alright, we've got a giant burning wreck. We've got a damaged Gatling turret on top. You can see a damaged interior turret in the middle. Can't pick any other intact turrets right now. Oh, yes I can. Don't know what distance this is from me. There is a fully intact big turret up there. That is not where I was looking. Oh, yep. Got it. Nice. Let's get in a bit closer. There's another damaged turret down there. Is there a turret on the opposite side that I can see? No. Oh, there's another one. Oh, exploded it. Whoops. That's probably better than losing the canary. This is a lot bigger, a much larger ship than I expected to have to... Are those jump drives? Those are jump drives. I wonder what cheeky things Lucas has in store for me for not being able to get any useful loot from them. Yeah, getting shot, getting shot, getting shot. Where? Got it. Well, I am very glad I didn't go on foot. I'm glad I remembered that I had the canaries, because that would have been bad. This looks like a corrupted blue ship. The old school blue, in some ways. It's kind of just this middle section that's making me think of it. I guess that's a feature that could be on any sort of ship. Okay, not seeing anything else. Plenty of power, I can take my time, there's no need to rush. I do need more Fort's Capac, though, if things like this are what I'm coming up against. So unfortunately, the angle it approached from, it did not get distracted by one of the existing ones. Does look like I'm in the clear now, though. As much as I can tell with the drone, at least. So, obviously my plans now have to change, because, well, this is the sort of thing that changes one's plans. Having your arboretum and your home destroyed by a giant Reaver ship tends to update one's priorities. Oh, I can't believe how lucky I'd gotten with the previous... Ooh, that looks like it's a... Is that a warhead? Could be. Just a gyro. Oh, I think it's a gyro. Yeah. Getting smashed by a giant Reaver with a massive crater in your base and then having this happen does mean that I have to change what I'm doing. I need to just finish that bridge, get my way to the magnesium, get myself some big defenses, then we can start talking about doing more of the pretty stuff. Because if the pretty stuff is getting... Oh, look at it. Look at it. Oh. At least it didn't knock down both of the trees, I guess. Oh, that's just tragic. I'm so unhappy. I think I'm going to do something simpler with the bridge. Just so that it is complete, but not... I don't know what to do with the bridge. I don't know what the right thing to do with the bridge at this point is. Do I just call it and do it simply? Or do I try and still do everything as I was planning? Now let's get out of the camera. Let's use this view. Okay, we have... Dampers on flock. Recharge. Oh, you little wondrous thing. I'm so glad I built at least something that can fight. And it didn't do too badly too. Took a few hits. Thinking back on that Reaver, I should have flown this from the beginning. I should have grabbed this, not the absconder. It's just been so long since I've used one, I completely spaced on it. But this would have been the thing to distract that Reaver with, because I could have dragged it anywhere. Oh, that's what I need to do. What I need... Yeah, hang on. I need to make it much quicker to get to that canary. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if I grabbed the one with the welder. So I've left canary fighter is the one that I need to pick. I need to do this again. Huh. 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 My brain's just gone on holidays now. It's like, I've had enough. Your massive building that you spent ages on and had looking exactly as you wanted is now destroyed. Okay. Manny. That's what I need. I need to grab Manny so that I can go and grind that thing down and have somewhere to put stuff in, because Manny has a decent amount of storage. conveyor lines still seem to be intact, which is great, because that would have been really extra painful if I'd had to deal with that too. Oh no. 8.5% battery. That's real bad. Oh, I just had an idea. Since I've now proven that the Panini can airlift some pretty sizable structures, I should be able to build a Fort Capac printer on the base that then I just airlift out to wherever I want to leave it. All I need to do then is build it in such a way that I can merge block or attach to a merge block that's already in the ground. And then just build the rest of the supports on site. That means I'd barely have to bring anything with me. Oh, I love this idea. I have my next major project. Thanks to that rotten Reaver. And I'm just waiting for a little bit of extra power onto Manny's before I go so that I don't run out. This would be kind of annoying if I ran out of power while I was over at the Reaver. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. But that, yeah, it gave me time to think of that idea. Then I should be able to scatter a heap of them around this valley and hopefully protect the eventually repaired Arboretum from ever having that happen again. And I think having some of them that are designed to broadcast, so some of them will have to have a bit of extra power generation capacity so they can have an antenna active all the time so that they attract Reavers to them. Or it doesn't have to be an antenna, it can be a beacon, which requires less power for the broadcast. But I think something like that, in addition to all the decoys on them and things like that, is necessary now. I can't risk that sort of thing happening to my main part of the base. It was just lucky that it hit the Arboretum in a weird way. Although I almost would have preferred it hit the production facility building because the cargo is actually all down here at the airbase. I don't know. Ideas are coming. Ideas are definitely coming. I can't remember how to use this thing. 5, 3. Well, we should probably unlock first. It's just not wanting to go flat anymore. Oh, hang on. Why is the piston not retracting fast enough? Speed are you set to? You need to go faster. Oh yeah, that works. Cool. I can now get out of here. Oh yeah, my turret's off. Oh, and the sun is rising. So my goal with the Reaver is just to take out all of its power generation first. Then see what I can do from there. I've got heaps of junk on here. I really should have offloaded that. Okay, let's roll. That's right, I forgot that my spinny light was on this. Alright, let's do it with the spinny light. Hopefully the canary found everything that was going to shoot back. Oh. Some part of a small grid Reaver there. Oh, I may have wanted to bring some scaffolding stuff down. Whoops. Let's turn the lights off. Alright, what can I walk up on this thing? That is a missile launcher. That is terrifying. I wonder if there are any rockets on board. Ooh.
Inventory.
Yes, there are. I gain a few extra missiles. Cool. So I think I discovered before that there was no point in breaking these down for the platinum because you got like 0.02 or something pointless like that. But having a few missiles doesn't hurt. Oh, I just realized a problem with what I'm doing. I'm making this thing lighter. And it is currently trying to fly. So I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm going to come back with some stuff for some scaffolding. I'm going to climb up on it, and I'm going to depower it, then I'm going to keep grinding this thing down. Because if I make it fly away, I'm going to be really upset with myself. Hearing some awful clanging around here. I'm hoping it's just stuff that's within the Arboretum and not something else that I haven't noticed yet. Yeah, it's definitely coming from the Arboretum, that clanging. At least some of it's coming from there. Some of it's coming from the Reaver, I think, as well. Whoa, okay. There's some new holes. Whoa, 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 whoa. It has moved quite a bit. I really need to depower this thing. Can't build scaffolding when it's moving around like that, though. I'm gonna have to risk climbing on board and seeing what I can do. If I could shoot out the batteries, that's gonna be enough. This thing is just carving holes in the ground. Too many batteries. Okay, let's see if I can get on board this thing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Why am I falling through? Weld some of these up so that I can pull on it. I know better than to treat a Reaver like this as dead. Until it has lost all its power, it is not dead. Oh, you're kidding me. Basically all the good stuff from these jump drives is gone because of it grinding its way around on the ground. Oh, hello. There's your brain. Sure if it's going to explode. I think it's dead now, though. Yeah. Okay, if I've killed its brain, it should be fine now for me to grind down everything else. Ow! Oh, how did I not die? How do I keep not dying to those things? Oh, that was a long way to fall. Even after I've killed the brain of the Reaver, it's trying to kill me. Whoops! Okay, I was not attacked. Oh, no, I think I know what happened. I think I destroyed some of my own scaffolding just then. I think that's why I fell. I think I destroyed some of my own scaffolding when I dropped that O2H2 gen. And then, because of that destroying my scaffolding, I was no longer supported and fell. Get back here, Ice. I want at least some of you.
Inventory full.
Oh, I am getting some gravity component scrap. I'm going to get a tiny, tiny little bit of silver out of this. I wonder if I'll end up with enough for a survival kit. If I do, I feel like the survival kit has to go up at the launch air base. Really? So I can't think... I guess, yes, it makes some sense to put one at the main base. But I can get to the main base from my current spawn. I just can't really get to the launch air base. I guess that's a bridge to cross when I find out whether I can actually make and get enough silver from those grav components to build 3 medical components. Alrighty. I'm out of O2 bottles, so I'm going to head on back. I am also very heavily loaded with 113,000 kilos. Hopefully this little fella can handle that load. This is going to take me a while, I think. I reckon I'm going to have to... Whoa, that's a crater! I reckon I'm going to have to spend some time on it next week as well, at least at the start. What I might do is, between this week and next week's time lapses, I will get I'll get it ground down so that we can get the turrets back on and start thinking more about how we protect this place, so that once we feel protected, I can rebuild the Arboretum to a level that I'm happy with. I will need to get that wind turbine on it fixed though, because without the wind turbine I'm not going to be able to... Well, that place is not going to run for very long. We'll run out of power. But that is all for the future. Plenty more battles to come. I need to finish my bridge, I need to finish my road, I need to get my guns, I need to build my Fort's Capac printer, keep using the panini to lay them out, and hopefully put a whole bunch of them around this valley. So there's all that, and plenty more to come. And I will see you then.